and we need to work cooperatively and collaboratively with different companies to develop.
And I think that's what we've really started to do between us, is reach out to these larger organizations that have years and years of experience at this, and start to bring them in, whether it be funding, whether it be equipment, whether it be processes, anything like that. We're actively talking with those guys and trying to develop those relationships. Absolutely. Not just domestically but abroad. And as this industry starts to grow and a lot more gets exported and it starts to move more like a commodity, I think that's what we're trying to form. And what we're also trying to form is this kind of marketplace, this place where B2B business to businesses can interact and start to trade actual physical product. And so that's something that I've been working on personally, but you've been encouraging me to push that forward, so I want to thank you for that.
I think that's an important part of what the process that we need to undertake collaboratively with different companies is. And that's what happens with any agriculture. They work through the Brisbane Market Trust, the Melbourne markets, the Sydney markets. You've got people bringing product in, and then you're marketing that through the different chains that happen. You've got to have that chain of marketing of that product. It can be the raw material, the buds, it can be the dried material, it can be the crude extract, it can be the finished product, it can be the tablets or the suppositories or whatever you're making out of that product. That market needs to be developed and work as a good business model to market for the whole industry. And I think that's where we're moving toward. It's just very hard because everyone wants to run their own ship, drive their own bus. And we need to work cooperatively and collaboratively with different companies to develop it.
The other thing that working collaboratively on this particular plan is that I've seen come to a fall in the United States, in certain states like Washington State, is that they didn't work collaboratively, and the individual producers and processors, there was too many producer-processor licenses. There's upwards of 2,000 producer-processor licenses just in Washington State, and there's only 300 to 500 retailers. So there's kind of a bottleneck of supply. They're not even using half of the actual supply.
That's right.
And so they have this mass oversupply, and they're driving each other all out of business. And so I think that's something else to be aware of as this industry grows here in Australia, is to not try to drive each other out of business too soon and start to work with each other to come up with minimum price points and things like that you're going to be to work with each other on as you start to approach the world market, because you're going to have that point of difference that you are clean and green and that you do have the regulation, and you're not going to have those pesticides necessarily in here in Australia or some of those other things that we've talked about.
I think it's the same. You see it on things like Landline, that they've got the wheat marketing board, the sugar marketing board, the beef and the sheep and whatever marketing boards, where they're setting a price and there's a known level of price on it. And so I think what we're trying to do here is to have a set expectation that everyone has, and we all work through the same channels to achieve the same market. It's not, if everyone goes off on their own and drives the price down, you're going to own 100% of nothing, and it's not in anyone's best interest to do that. You want to just keep the industry growing and developing.
And we've touched on that a number of times, is that 100% of nothing is nothing. And so if you start to work with each other, then at least you're going to get somewhere if you start to collaborate and start to form these partnerships.
And it's not just a collaborative thing in the marketplace, it's a collaborative thing in the extraction, in the growing, in the pest control, in the security, in the barcoding, traceability. All of those things can be a collaborative effort where we work as a team. I mean, we want to have a team of companies with us, behind us, under us, whatever it is, to move forward. It's no good. We're not going to go anywhere if we don't have people around us that we're helping to develop and build that business.